Go-Lex.com. I'm Steve with your final football report for the 2022 season. Scottsbluff came to town for the Lexington homecoming. There were plenty of fireworks and celebrations surrounding the game, with royalty being crowned, a parade, and the recognition of the 1972 state championship team. There was some excitement on the field as well for the Minutemen, but not enough to make a difference as Lexington fell to the highly touted Bearcats 55-14. The loss wrapped up the season at 1-8 for Lexington, with a lone victory coming via a forfeit to Lincoln Northwest. Against Scottsbluff, Lexington's defense stepped up on the first drive to force 2 negative plays in the red zone, but quarterback Braden Stull eventually broke free on back-to-back plays to punch in the first score. Lexington's first chance on offense was short-lived, with Davin Naylor tossing an interception on his second throw of the night. Sebastian Boyle ran it in on the first Scottsbluff play to give the Bearcats a 2-score lead with a little more than halfway through the first quarter. The Orange and Black offense found a rhythm on the ensuing drive, assembling a 12-play, 80-yard drive that was capped with a touchdown strike from Naylor to Jace Carpenter for 14 yards. Trailing by just 1 score at the end of the first quarter was a moral victory for the Lexington faithful. That hope may have turned the tide on Scottsbluff sideline as they turned up the heat in the second quarter. Stull hit Jackson Allen for a 32-yard touchdown, and Boyle broke free for a 52-yard sprinting touchdown midway through the quarter. The visitors added 2 more scores in the final 3 minutes before half, including a pick six. Lexington had tried a little trickery with a Naylor pass to Carpenter, who tried to throw the ball downfield only to see it get picked off and run back for a score. Trailing 42-7 at halftime, resulting in a running clock for the second half. Scottsbluff Boyle ran through the line for a 63-yard score to increase the lead, but Lexington wasn't done for the night, putting together a 7-play, 65-yard drive to find pay dirt. This time, Naylor connected with Jackson Conrad for an 8-yard touchdown. Scottsbluff connected the dots on one last drive as Anthony Martin scampered 49 yards for a score early in the fourth quarter. The PAT was unsuccessful, and there's where the scoring stopped at 55-14. Offensively, Naylor finished the game 10 of 12 for 125 yards with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Naylor also was the rushing leader with 4 carries for 36 yards. Carpenter grabbed 4 balls for 69 yards in one of the scores, and Conrad followed with 5 catches for 44 yards in the other score. Defensively, Conrad led the attack with 4 solo stops and 1 assist. Sophomore Juan Garcia Murillo snagged a fumble in the fourth quarter and advanced the ball 8 yards. So just like that, the football season is over. It's been fun to watch as many of the games, starting just with the overtime game at York. They've all been filled with close calls. Look for a wrap-up video in the near future for the Minutemen. But for now, I'm Steve with Go-Lex.com, and remember, go big, go orange.